The Gulf of Mannar is a large shallow bay forming part of the Laccadive Sea in the Indian Ocean. It lies between the southeastern tip of India and the west coast of Sri Lanka. Dotted with coral islands, the coast of the southern state of Tamil Nadu in India is home to a rich and vibrant environment.
போர் போட்டு தண்ணிகளை அதிகமாக எடுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். உடனே தண்ணியெல்லாம் உப்பு தண்ணியாக போச்சு. முன்னால் நல்லா மழை பெஞ்சிக்கிறது, மாதம் மும்மாரி மழை பெஞ்சது, விவசாயம் நல்லா இருந்தது. இப்போதைக்கு மழை இல்லை. அப்படியே ஏதாவது இந்த கோடை காலங்களில் தொழில் பார்க்கணும்னா பக்கத்தில் உப்பளம் இருக்குது, ஒரு 20 கிலோமீட்டர் 30 கிலோமீட்டர். அங்கே போய் தான் எங்கள் மக்கள்லாம் வேலை செய்வாங்க.
The past decade has seen an overwhelming explosion of interest in climate change and matters of environmental change. As the poles disappear with global warming, sea temperatures rise, sea levels rise and affect directly the lives of millions of people all over the world. At the Public Affairs Center, we have been concerned that all this international debate fails to reflect subaltern voice. We pioneered the concept of citizen report cards in the mid-90s, and that concept of harnessing citizen voice in a format suitable for discussion with public service delivery agents and the promotion of successful dialogue across different sections of the population, we felt that the opportunity was ripe to develop an equally solid tool. As Kyoto progressed to Copenhagen and now to Durban, we realized that citizen voice does not find adequate space. One reason for this is that it has not been represented in a language and tone that authorities can utilize appropriately. Hence, our effort through this little project to develop citizen voice in the form of a climate change scorecard. The climate change scorecard seeks to understand the nexus and the triangle that grows around livelihoods, governance and the ecology. And within each of these complexes of livelihoods, governance and ecology, there is a wealth of detail to be explored.
In the year 2010, Public Affairs Center, with the support of the Affiliated Network for Social Accountability, South Asian Region, which is ANSA SAR, based in Bangladesh, and People's Action for Development, based in Vembar, initiated a small project in Thoothukudi and Ramanathapuram districts of Tamil Nadu to provide a platform to citizens to voice their concerns with the local administration through the design of what is called a climate change scorecard.
We started with scoping visit to understand all the project areas. We also analyzed the baseline data and selected a sample villages of 15 villages where the major livelihoods like fisheries, palmyra and agriculture is practiced.
The climate change scorecard consists of 3 significant steps: input tracking and scoring by the community, action plan by livelihood community leaders and representatives, interface meeting bringing together all stakeholders at the district level to present the action plan. The input tracking exercise involves the consolidation of community knowledge on livelihood issues and the role that climate change has played in exacerbating these issues. Several tools were used during the input tracking exercise, like participatory appraisal methods to harness community knowledge, use of GIS for mapping the activities that have an impact on the coast, regulations analysis to understand the governance of the coastal areas, and climate data analysis to understand the role of climate variability on the livelihoods of the coast.
To get a better understanding of the local regulations, to get a better understanding of the various policies and schemes that are applicable in the region, we did a regulations analysis study. We were able to analyze in details some of the policies, some of the schemes which are applicable to the region, like the aquaculture rules and the fishery rules.
In a climate change scorecard, communities are required to score 3 sets of indicators. One is related to livelihoods and governance. The second is general governance indicators, and the third set is climate change and livelihood indicators. In livelihood and governance indicators, the communities essentially score the different schemes that they are entitled to and the government promotes in order to safeguard their livelihoods. These are broadly classified into 4: welfare schemes, relief schemes, technical and technology support schemes, capacity development and skill building schemes. Each of these schemes are scored on the awareness levels of the schemes, the process in availing the benefits, and also the benefits itself, whether they are good enough to promote the livelihoods or safeguard the livelihoods of the communities. The second set of indicators are the broad governance, general governance indicators, which includes, existence and effectiveness of a public grievance redressal system, behavior and availability of staff, their responsiveness. The third set of indicators is the climate change and livelihood related indicators, like how well equipped or prepared are the communities in order to face a bad year. What are the different alternative livelihoods that the government is promoting as an adaptive measure to adapt to the climate change impacts.
These indicators were scored on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being low and 10 being high, with each score having a robust reason attached. The scoring process provided an opportunity for community members to discuss amongst themselves the various aspects of the indicator and arrive at a common score. The discussions and debates promoted critical thinking and reasoning and usually ensured that several minor issues got clarified right then. Further, it enabled all members of the community to arrive at a common level of information and understanding about the issue at hand. The success of the exercise was not in extracting the right numbers, but in the richness of the discussion that took place around the scores. Thus, facilitation becomes extremely important. After scorecard exercises in 15 sample villages, 2 important events followed. First was an assembly of community representatives to draw up a plan of action. This plan enumerated steps that were to be taken not just by the government but also by the communities, associations and all relevant stakeholders. The second was an unconference held at the 2 districts governing the project area. This was a platform where the communities discussed the points of action with the government and other stakeholder groups on equal footing and with amity.
நான் உங்களோட சண்டை போட வரல, புரியுதா? சண்டை போடவும் வரல.
This formed the first step towards constructive engagement. This also sought to resolve existing conflicts and slowly narrow the governance gap. Marginalized communities now have actionable information at their fingertips. They are now better able to monitor the functioning of relevant government schemes, and following the CCSE exercise, the communities have become more aware about their rights. The process slowly but surely chips away at the narratives of cynicism and apathy among the public at large.
பாயண்டு அமுக்கு அந்த வருதடி அழகா வருதா